missed being on here, and we missed talking to each other and talking to all of you. So we are happy to be back, and our topic today is having faith in the wait, because we don't know about you guys, but we have experienced a lot of waiting delays, needing to be patient, in this season, in this entrepreneurial season as well. And today is also Women's Entrepreneurship Day. Which is amazing. And
Yeah.
we did not actually plan to come back on Women's Entrepreneurship Day, but it just happened that way. So
Timing of
here we are.
Restart. So some of you have joined us on our talks. We were doing Friday chats for women entrepreneurship, female entrepreneurship, so our Fempreneur Friday. And that's kind of just taking on something. What we're excited about is really about things that are going on with our businesses, how we use this in our daily lives, and just keep on bringing it. We used to do this with each other all the time, okay, what's happening,
And still do.
Yeah, I still do. And we decided to bring that conversation here online. And we're so excited to announce, how we're moving forward with the Fempreneur Friday, some of the circles that we have coming up. So welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. So also, I guess just, I'll just say quickly, and we can explain at the end too, but if you guys want to, engage more with our community, if you guys want to have access to our book list or reading list, because we talk about a lot of books on here that are great for entrepreneurs, then you can join Fempreneur Friday. The link is in both of our personal bios and company bios as well, just as Fempreneur Friday. So click it. You can join our newsletter. You can join our Discord, which is where we have, conversations with our community and support each other during the week when it is not Friday. And yeah, I think that's it. But we give a lot of resources on there too. So we would love for you guys to join our community, sign up for the newsletter, link in bio. We'll talk about it at the end too.
Yay. Okay. So faith during the wait. It's so funny. Actually, I'm so glad it was, Brett was talking about this topic, and we were talking about bringing that to the table today. And actually, it's something I had been thinking about and had written in one of my most recent posts. And, sometimes we can look at the thing that we're waiting for, the thing that we're looking for, and we can feel so much in lack, or we can actually embrace what it is we're doing. So it's so funny because you can actually look, there's a couple of different ways that we can be waiting, right? We can be waiting and being angry, so angry, why haven't I gotten my fair share? I've been doing all the work, I've been doing the things, we're waiting. And waiting and anger is actually just not helping it come closer to you, right? It's not helping you have that clarity of the new access to or all the other things that are. So it's oh wow, a fun thing to do is actually check yourself of how are you waiting in the moment, and taking a look at, wow, am I still in the desire of the thing, or am I in lack of the thing?
Right.
We our good morning, guys. Hope you have a blessing and positive. Aw, awesome. Oops.
There he went.
Very good. Hi. Darwin. Hi, Dar.
Yeah, okay, so I mean, yeah, that's also I agree with all of that. And then
Yeah.
I was saying to Stacy before this, we had a call, and I had been pulling clips from our past, Fempreneur Friday talks. And on one, she was talking about, the need to rush the waiting period, this time that, if you're in a waiting period, you feel like you're, waiting for something to happen, waiting for something to come, waiting for some good news, entrepreneurial wise. It's just not trying to rush through that time, because that is part of the journey. And you were talking about, Stacey, just when you rush through the time, or you want to get to this next place in the future, which is only in your mind, not seeing all the beauty that's around you, not seeing all the love that's around you, not seeing the details that life is, because you're always rushing to get to that next step, that next stepping stone of your business, that next, tier of the ladder. And I think it really is about, breathing, being able to be in the present moment and really just enjoy the process, even if that's uncomfortable and even if it seems like chaotic, even if if you're having a tower moment and everything feels like it's falling apart, it's about having faith in the journey, trusting the universe, trusting yourself, trusting what you've done so far in your business, and and I guess, and not rushing through it. I think that's so profound because we do miss out on so much when we rush, and we might not see, some of the smaller, seeming blessings that, arrive on our plate or, in our email box or inbox. We might just ignore the things we think are little things, aren't just going to get us there immediately, because we're rushing the process. We're like, no, that's not it. Not big enough, and so much a part of this, having faith in the wait is also gratitude, having gratitude for everything that is and how far you've come.
Yeah. So beautiful. So it's so true that, and I think come to these lessons out of experience. I have, remember feeling I'm just chasing the thing and actually chasing it for a moment that actually never arrives, because still in that moment, I'm also chasing. When I've also arrived, I'm still looking at what else am I supposed to be doing next instead of actually being where I am. So that's been a practice. I know that's something that we talk about here, just it's been a continued practice. And what I was mentioning about earlier was, we can look at our dreams and the things that we have or that we want, right? We can want to make 6 figures in our business, whatever that is, or fundraising my brother fundraising $1 million, all of those things. And we can look at that and be looking at how much we don't have it yet. And the other way that we can really do this is we can look at it and be like, oh my God, I have an opportunity to do this. What new ways can I create this? How, so there's a difference between being in creation and being in the lack of the thing that we're looking to do. So
yeah, in the lack. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's super important. To, shift your mentality, and because it's all perspective, right? Nothing has meaning unless you assign meaning to it, And I think that when I was saying this too to Stacey, when we relax, when we don't take ourselves too seriously, when we don't take life too seriously, when we don't take each other too seriously, and take a moment, step back and breathe, and know that it's okay to laugh, it's okay to have fun, it's okay to laugh at yourself when you make mistakes, because that's part of the journey too. Yeah. But yeah, when we don't take ourselves too seriously, and it can be hey, that didn't work out, but I learned from it, or I might be frustrated right now, but this moment is temporary, and all is temporary, and everything will pass. This too shall pass. Yeah. So it's I think when we remember that too, it gives peace. It gives so much peace, in feeling like you're waiting, feeling like nothing's happening, feeling like you don't see that external evidence. When you can really just yeah, just be hey, I don't see, it's not happening right now, but I know I'm worthy. I know I am enough. I know I am limitless. I know I have this potential. I know I've put in enough work. Then what else is there to do but enjoy yourself and enjoy life, and enjoy the gift that you've been given, which is actually waking up today, So. Right.
And you know what? I just got present too. So if any of you guys have trouble during the wait, or if it feels excruciating, feel free to let us know, what is it that you're going through? What is it? Because we'd love to support you. Because I know for me too, when I've been in those situations, just why is it not happening? What's going on? And then people talking about it's the journey, oh, I just don't even want to hear that, actually.
Right.
So I could imagine on the other line being yeah, it's about the journey, and okay, girls, yeah. I still don't feel good. Right. But, some things that can help us, or I knew that helped me, is remembering that actually the thing that's happening right now is what gives us access to. So when I think about riding a bike, it's just an example that helps. Think about riding a bike. It's the times that you fall and are trying to wiggle and figure out the balance that gives you balance.
Yes.
It's not the, you just don't get on and get the balance, right? But
right.
Those times where actually all of those wiggles are giving you access to the thing. So it's like, oh wow, I forget that actually this next stepping stone, this wait time, this struggle that I'm going to is giving me access to the leadership that I'm calling to be, that I'm the leader that I'm called to be, I'm sorry, or the fundraising next opportunity. Like if I didn't struggle between this opportunity and learn this one graphic, let's say, it wouldn't be as fast and I wouldn't have been ready for the opportunity that was just like ready for me. And like by the next day I needed to have it ready. Like
Yeah.
that opportunity gave you 2 months. Well, the next opportunity that's coming, they're not going to give you that long. Actually, you're going to have 2 days. And are you going to be ready? And
Right.
so, just remembering that all of these different times is actually giving you access to the thing that you actually do want. And if you can play here, and get what you're supposed to receive here. I think that's what we were talking about last time, Brett. It's like if we can get what we were supposed to get right now in this moment, we're going to be prepared for the next moment. But the thing is that we're so caught up about the next moment that we miss the thing that's like supposed to be right here for us.
Exactly. And I mean, all the times that you might think in your mind, oh, I failed, or oh, this or that happened, like that I didn't want to happen, all of that is laying a foundation and it's laying the groundwork, for what is next and what is coming next. And like you said before too, I think that it is oftentimes too hard to hear, like when you're frustrated in a waiting period, that like, hey, like, Lex, it's all great, like it's all fine. Like your mind doesn't want to do that because of resistance, like, and you have that inner resistance. But like kind of, crumbling those walls of resistance is really what like makes manifestation possible. But it's like, especially in the world today, there's so much resistance people have, like, because fear, it comes from resistance and fear are directly linked. So I think that when we, breathe and relax and can like let go of that resistance to like, to the chaos, to the not knowing, to the just not being able to like see with our eyes the next step, then, and really just trust and believe, then I think that doors open and opportunities come and things are possible. But we have to be like present enough and not rushing enough to be able to see the opportunities that are presenting themselves. Because often, and so many times in my life, when I've been rushing and rushing and rushing, I've missed many opportunities. I remember when I first started my, or flipped my company into a nonprofit, and I was waiting for like 501c3 status. I was like so excited, to like be a nonprofit owner, and like I did the form, but like I have anxiety sometimes, so I remember I did it like so fast, and and I was just waiting for the letter to come. I was just like rushing. And then when it came, it was like denied. And I was like, why would it be denied? What did I do wrong? And like, I was spinning out of control. And really, it was just because I rushed so much that I forgot to check one box. And so then I had to do the whole process all over again, and then it came and I got approved. But it was just like, I was rushing through the steps and I was unable to see, like what I needed to clearly do. So I think that during these times, meditation, we never stress, enough like that. Meditation is so important. But
like I'm continuing to learn like how to meditate and what that is and why. And, there's so many different ways you can go about doing that. So I think for me, it's just, like right now it's just like about calming down, like really releasing and breathing and having intention on just like the present moment and letting thoughts come in and out. So that's what I do. And I know you're a little bit more versed in that, Brett, too. So of course you can share. Hi, Leica, and I am Nay.
welcome.
Welcome.
And also, like, if you guys want to have side conversations, have more questions, want to continue this conversation, we continue our conversation in Discord. That is an app. So if you download the Discord app, or just you have to like click the link in our bio, download the app, and boom, you're in. But yeah, we would love to communicate, continuously with you guys about about entrepreneurship, about, you know, staying calm during the chaos, about meditating, because, you know, we're not perfect. We believe in beginners' minds. We believe that because that's a part of meditation. And I think as an entrepreneur, that is very like in sync, because I think you have to always believe in having a beginner's mind as an entrepreneur too, no matter like how far up you are, because, you know, we are always learning. We are always students, you know, we are always learning from each other, from, you know, any person that crosses our paths in any day. Like, we can learn something. And so like when we sit here and tell you guys this stuff, you know, we're not like, this is right, this is wrong, this is what, you know, we know everything and you don't, or anything like that. It's just like, we have learned things, very valid, you know, things that have helped us along our journey and building our own businesses. And, you know, we would love, you know, your input and what you guys have learned, you know, and your journeys and with your businesses, because we believe in sharing our stories and sharing like what has happened, you know, personally with us, that, you know, we can grow from, we can all grow from each other. That's how we grow and evolve as a collective.
Oh my God, I love that. One of my philosophies is like, you know, we all have like our equal power. We all bring a certain power. We might not, you know each thing, because like everybody can't know everything, but we don't come to the table and one is less than. Like, we all are able to like collab, see each other in their own power and learn from each other. So I think that that is such a great philosophy. And also, you know, sometimes experts feel like they know the right thing and they're telling you, and you know what, it's also, you know, up to your own discretion of like how you can filter it through for yourself, and like going back to the self-trust. So love that. The second thing I remembered as you were talking was if any of you follow Abraham Hicks or like their books, Law of Attraction, I just remember one of the stories that they were mentioning was like they were going on a boat ride, and or a river ride, oh, something like that. Anyway, they're on the water, and like they went on the boat, and like the captain was like taking them through the boat. They were going through the boat, going down the river. And so one thing is like going down with the stream. If you're going down with the stream, it's so beautiful. It's a great way. But imagine like trying to go upstream when like the river is going the other way. It's like not the way. So like for one, like one of the first lessons is like just being in flow, right? Being in flow with the river that's happening. And that's for us to like not being so pushing against the things that are not supposed to happen. I'm not saying we're not supposed to like persevere, but there's a difference between something that's you're growing and making you stronger than something that's like pulling you apart as you keep on pushing and pushing. So those are the two.
Yes. You know, I was thinking about that yesterday. First of all, just a side note, I have the Esther and Jerry Hicks, Abraham Hicks, like, Law of Attraction cards. I recommend these. You can find them on Amazon.
Yeah.
But yeah, and if you need ever inspiration, I would, you know, YouTube Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks, and blow your mind. But yeah, I was thinking of this quote that is, you know, the pain pushes until the vision pulls. And so I had this like imagery yesterday of like, sometimes it feels like you're like pushing this boulder like up a hill. And when you're initially, you know, growing your business, initially starting your entrepreneurial journey, and it feels like you're pushing this boulder up a hill because like there's a lot of things, you know, that you got to learn and get under your belt and do. And then like, you know, you finally get to that point when you've reached kind of the top of the hill, and then then it's flowing, and then you're going downhill because your vision is pulling you instead of like all these things you have to learn, and this pain kind of like pushing you to get to that point. But it does get to that point, like when your vision just you know, starts pulling you to what's next, and then you do flow in that inspired aligned action,
Right.
because you're allowing your vision has become so big that it's the vision pulling you versus like the pain, the stress, the anxiety, the fear, everything pushing you. So it gets better.
Yeah, it's true. And it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy in those moments either, because you're continuously learning, but there's like such a difference in the feeling. You know, it's like when you go to the gym and you work hard and whew, you feel good. There's other places where you go and you're just, you know, doing so much, but it doesn't feel good. So those are some indicators of like when things are feeling good. Because even during those hard times in entrepreneurship, like, oh, but when you finally get your website done that you've been like trying to figure out, when you finally get up, you're like, oh shoot, this is amazing. Like, this is what I want to do. This is the work that I want to bring to life. So that's one. And then when we're back to the story of like flowing down the river, the other thing that I remember her saying was like, well, you know, do you think that I just wanted the captain, like, hey, we could have told the captain, like, captain, we actually want to go down the river. Like, okay, like, let's take the boat, let's put it on a U-Haul, let's drive down the road. It's the fastest way down the river, and we get down there. That's it. Like, no, actually, we all came to have this journey down the river to see like all the nuances, to see like source, to see the beauty, to see all of these things, to like ride the bumps. Like, that's the fun part. And we think it's the destination, but if it really was that, we would have just like, you know, like, would you have just wanted to get there, like get there to the end, and then what, you know?
Right. There's no point. There's literally no point in that. And it's hard to shift your perspective and see that truth and that reality. But like, if you're not enjoying your time right now, it's like, what is the point, really? And because there's always so much to enjoy in the present moment. And I was listening to a talk that Eckhart Tolle was doing. I was listening to on YouTube yesterday. And, you know, he just stresses about like, just, being in the present moment and being absorbed by the work that you're doing just in this moment, right here, right now. And it's like, you just, like, that is the way to start kind of being in this like inspired, aligned action that doesn't require like hustle, 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 force, is like really just, you know, being in the flow. I mean, I'm an artist, so, you know, being in the flow of my art, or being in the flow of your writing, or being in the flow of what course you're building at the time, or whatever it is, just being like wrapped up in the beauty and in the love of what you're doing in that moment. And that opens doorways for more things to flow in as well.
Yes. Heck yes. Okay. I love this.
Yes.
It's going to be a wrap for today. I think
yes.
joining us. We're all talking about, you know, faith during the wait and the things that we can really do. And so just want to announce for next month, we are coming on the first, I think the first, right?
Yeah. I think so. I think so. It's basically every other Friday. So look at it like that.
Okay. So we're going to be coming on. We're going to announce when we're coming on again for Fempreneur Friday for next month. But
yes.
January, we're going to have 2 different talks. We're going to do just our roundtable talk, just like this, as we always do. This is going to be the first Friday of the month. And the third Friday of the month, we're going to be announcing that we're going to have just our Fempreneur Circle. So we're going to tell you a little bit more about that and like what's the names of all those things. But we're going to be able to actually, we would love to have you like live with us. Like either we're going to have it on Zoom or another platform where we actually can talk about entrepreneurship and talk about like, hey, what are the fears that you're stepping into for your next, you know, your next month, and how we can just like kind of collectively keep each other growing. So that'll be amazing. We're excited to announce that, and we'll talk about that more as it comes, but that'll be in January.
Yeah, and we want to be able to hold each other accountable. We all want to be able to hold space for each other. We want to be able to grow from other women. So yes, please, click the link in our bios, join our Discord, subscribe to the YouTube, connect with us. We'd love to talk to you guys. And we hope you have a beautiful Fempreneur Friday on Women's Entrepreneurship Day. This is a beautiful day. And I'm going to also share some clips from us today.
You're doing another Fempreneur and another entrepreneurship talk later on today.
Oh, right, I am. Yeah, so at 6 p.m. I'm doing another entrepreneurship talk with my board member, Jennifer Bassel, and then my videographer, Kelly Skates. Ooh. And we're going to be talking about all things self-love. So join us at 6. I'm going to drop the flyer in a second. And it's going to be a beautiful day of women's entrepreneurship. So you don't want to miss it.
Love that. I'm so jealous. I was wanting to be on that talk.
Next time.
And out with Keelan, but I might just still even be able to join audibly. And also, if you haven't seen, I have a talk just talking about my story coming up at 12 o'clock with Claudia Whitney. She's amazing. It's in my stories. And we're actually just talking about born for this, like what you're born for, your purpose. And that's going to be today at 12 o'clock in her Facebook group. So
we have a full schedule today. Okay.
So, day, it's a new moon, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, it is the full moon eclipse in Taurus, and me and Stacey just found out we are both Taurus moons. That is why our minds just, with all this. But yeah, we're feeling this eclipse energy, and we hope that you are all too. Fired up. Let's get it.
All right. Have a great day.
All right. Bye, guys.